So here it is. Here's the drone. Insert footage of drone flying, ideally over scenic coastal views. Hey everyone, welcome back to Coastal Drone Co. If you're new here, before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay updated with all our latest drone content. Today, we're super excited to unbox something really special. Been waiting for it a little bit. The brand new DJI Avata 2. Let's get right into it. All right, in the box, we've got a really nice bag. So in the bag here, we've got the DJI Avata 2, which has got some features and improvements over the second gen, the Avata, and the first gen DJI FPV. So here it is. Here's the drone. Initial kind of impressions, they've changed the propeller orientation on the drone. They've gone to a puller instead of a pusher design, and they've gone to 3 blades instead of what was originally 5 on the drone. Airframe changes, they've gone to a slide out locking battery style. And so the battery is now got 2 retention pins, locks in place, slide in, and you're good to go. They've changed the USB port location. The Avata 1 had this little door that was inside the propeller duct. So if you wanted to go in, you had to open that and kind of wedge your way around and get at the SD card spot as well as the USB port. On the Avata 2 now, it's free and clear. You just flip the door open. This USB-C port is also able to do data transfer, so you can plug it directly in your computer without powering the drone on. The GPS module is all across the top here. The camera, so the camera on the Avata 2 and the Avata 1, so you can see the front element is a little bit bigger, but this is now the same since it's in the Mini 4 Pro and the Air 3. So it's got that backside illuminated sensor technology. So it's gonna be much better in low light, and it's gonna have better capabilities in the video side of it as well. So let's unpack everything and then we'll talk about specs. We've also got a new motion controller. So the motion controller, this is the 3rd gen handheld motion controller. I've got the first one here. So you can see it's quite a bit smaller, and it's got quite a bit more in terms of capability. So you've got a new trigger style. So you've got a trigger that has reverse or braking as well as forward, whereas the original was just trigger only. You've got a joystick control here, you've got a stop button, and then a mode dial. So some more there, whereas this one was just a switch. You've got the battery charging hub. So this is the Fly More combo. It comes with 3 batteries. And of course, we've got the goggles. Also in the bag, we've got, looks like some spare propellers, USB-C cable, prop wrench, it looks like, for removing the props. These are tiny little hex screws. Another USB OTG cable. So this is for pairing your goggles to your phone for that. -2 diopter corrective lenses, manuals and a sticker, and you've got 1 set of spare propellers. So I would definitely recommend picking up another set of propellers. Also, which is not included in the Fly More, we also purchased the remote controller 3. So this is the manual mode controller. So the motion controller is what comes with the drone. This is what you get in the box. This enables sport, and easy acro is a new flip mode that you can do some limited acrobatic flying, but this will not enable full manual controls. So the second gen has an external antenna, but it also has essentially the same controller layout. This thing's a little bit lighter, and by default, you'll notice that the control stick is set to return to center. So if you're gonna fly in manual, you're gonna wanna disable that by flipping it open. And what the goal is, and you then have the ability to set the throttle where you want it to be, or like when you're flying in manual, you want it to be 0 is all the way down. These are the new goggles. So they've moved the battery to the back. You've got an adjustable strap, and you've got a bit of a tilt up mechanism. So you can put this on your head and adjust it for comfort. One of the things we kind of cheated and did a little bit of a pre-unboxing in our Coastal Weekly Live earlier today. The material on the pad, the face mounting material, this is a lot softer rubber. They've moved the SD card spot inside the goggles. They've got the same mechanical IPD adjuster, but it doesn't look like the lens element moves. They've gone away from the touchpad, and it looks like they've gone back to a physical button, which is awesome. They've got a vision system on the front, and my understanding, based on the promo footage and everything we've seen, this lets you have like an augmented reality pass through. So you can put the goggles on, you can, I think, tap or double tap or press a button somewhere, and you can then see the world around you at the same time as you can see the video feed coming from the drone's camera. So it gives you a bit of a situational awareness boost. One of the questions we have to answer, and it'll come up in the video, is whether or not you can wear these goggles and fly with the drone without having a visual observer if you're using the pass-through. Some of the conversations we've had and questions have been, is it good enough to be able to see airplanes and helicopters and everything in your visual area without having to worry about situational awareness being affected? So that's going to be in the video. We're going to talk about it. We're going to test it. There is an adjustment strap on the back here as well. That's important to cover. Learning tip for you here is if you're going to be plugging in your drone to charge it, DJI recommends at minimum a 65 watt USB-C power delivery charger. Let's talk about specs. The Avata 2 has an improved camera. It's now 4K at up to 60 frames per second and up to 120 frames per second if you go down to 2.7K. It also has enhanced electronic stabilization, longer flight time compared to its predecessor as well. You can shoot in full sensor in 4:3 format, which is great for editing, so you've got the full frame, or you can shoot in a cropped ready kind of export version at 16:9. The Avata 2 now has the ability to shoot in D-Log-M color, which increases the dynamic range of your video. It's going to improve your ability to do color correction when you're editing your footage. This is a feature that pro shooters have been asking for a while, since the Avata 1 only had D-Cinelike. Rocksteady's been updated to version 3.0 plus, and Horizon Steady has been improved a little bit. But also, most importantly, all electronic stabilization can be disabled, and you still get the gyro data for doing post-stabilization in something like Real Steady Go. Video transmission has been updated to O4 or OcuSync 4, which means that the previous controllers and goggles aren't immediately compatible with the Avata 2. I'm not sure if they ever will be or not. We're gonna look into that more with the full review. It does have updated batteries like I talked about, and the new charging hub, and it also used the new power accumulation feature, which lets you transfer residual charge from the two lowest or higher charge batteries into the most charged battery. So from the two lowest to the one highest, you can then squeeze out one last flight. The drone vision positioning system has also been adjusted a bit. So now it has both downward and backward facing vision, which means it's going to help with indoor flight stability. Word of caution, though, that's not obstacle avoidance. And the Avata 2, just like the Avata 1, doesn't know when you're about to crash. So you're going to need to keep your flying skills sharp and keep your eyes peeled. One of the biggest changes, and something that we're going to be testing and comparing further in the full review, is the propellers, like I said, have been redesigned, as well as the guards. And DJI states that this noise profile has been reduced to only about 81 decibels and at quite a less shrill pitch. All right, I think that wraps it up for the unboxing. Next step is we're going to get this thing activated and we're going to start flying it and then building out the full review. So we're on site. This is going to be our first impressions and our initial flying of the Avata 2. So as soon as you pull on the trigger, it creates a little circle, and then you can move that circle in any direction and it will follow that path. So I'm going to point up, it's clear, then I'm going to give it a forward. Now it's in beginner mode.
That was not as loud as the old one.
It is definitely quieter. And let's see, I'm going to put it into manual. It's going to switch the gimbal to 15 degrees, and it's going to ask me to center the sticks, and then it's going to revert. So now it's in manual. Oh, okay. So this thing is still, it's in almost manual mode. The attitude is currently limited. I can't do a full nosedive because it's giving me a little bit of safety. So anyway, that's like our first flight impression. We're going to find another location and do some more of this and kind of work through it. I also want to get Finn into the controller. Unfortunately, probably not going to happen today, but we'll do it. Cool. All right, we'll see you soon. So thanks for watching our unboxing of the DJI Avata 2. If you're thrilled as we are about this drone, give us a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. Please let us know if there's any specific tests or shots you'd like to see in our follow-up full review. Until next time, keep flying safe and exploring new heights with Coastal Drone Co. Safe flying, everyone. We'll see you next time.